sisters, I want to tell you a story from the scriptures that will put so much faith in your heart. This story is in the book of Esther, and it's about two men, Mordecai, a Jew, and Haman. The Bible said that Haman worked with the king Ahasuerus, and the king had promoted Haman to be like a right-hand man. He was put in charge of all the princes. He had so much power that everywhere he went, the people would bow down in paying homage to him. Now, Mordecai was a Jew who was found at the gates of the king. And the Bible said that anytime Haman passed and others would bow to him, Mordecai did not bow. Because with the Jews, it was not expected of them to bow to any other god apart from the Almighty. That was an instruction from God. Thou shalt not bow to any other god. So Mordecai, not because he hated Haman, but because of his belief, he would not bow to Haman. Now Haman heard about this and became very furious. Who is Mordecai? How dare he say he will not bow before me? And Haman plotted evil against Mordecai. The Bible said that he went to tell his family about this man, and they advised him to have him hanged so that he could be like an example to anyone who would dare to disrespect this right-hand man of the king. So Mordecai, who was so innocent of the incident, going about his duty, didn't know that they had planned to have him hanged. But the God of the Jews, who sees in the secret, knew about this plot. And just as Haman had planned to have Mordecai hanged the previous day, God kept King Ahasuerus awake throughout the night. He could not sleep. He didn't know why he couldn't sleep. He was just restless. And the Bible said he asked for the book of the records to be brought before him. The book of the records was a book that recorded all the people that did something good for the king. And the king often looked at it to see who he should reward for that good thing that that person or someone had done for him. So he had this book brought to him, and they read it to him. Then they came to what Mordecai had done. Mordecai had been the one that had saved the king's life from people who had plotted to have him killed. The king was like, this man, what has been done for him? And the people said, nothing. So he was like, what can I do for this man? The king was pondering over it. So the following day, when the king saw Haman, the king was like, Haman, what do we do for a man that has done something for the king that the king wants to favor or the king wants to bless? Haman, thinking that he was the only one that deserved any good thing from the king, decided that, for that person, thinking that it was going to be him, he said, for that person, king, you have to give him an apparel, what you have already won, make him ride on your horse, let him patrol in the town, and let people say, this is the man that the king has favored. And the king said, exactly as you have said, go and do it for Mordecai. You can imagine the shock on Haman's face. He was so furious. But that was the instruction from the king. So he had it done. Now, later that evening, Queen Esther had invited Haman and the king to a banquet. And the king knew that for Esther to have such a program or to invite just them, she must want something. Queen Esther was fighting for her people. Haman had planned to have all the Jews killed. And Queen Esther had fasted and prayed for the mercy of God and the favor of God. So this was an instruction that she was being led to do, to invite the king and Haman to this banquet. So when the king got there, he was like, Queen Esther, what do you want? I'll give it to you, even to the half of the kingdom. And then Queen Esther opened up to say, there's someone who wants to cut off my people. He wants to destroy all of the Jews. And she wants to, she's asking for mercy for her people. And the king was like, who is that? Who wants to take off these people, the people who work for me? Who wants to do that? And then Esther said, Haman. Now the king was so furious with Haman that he stepped out of the room. Haman, knowing that this thing is not going to go away so easily, decided that he had to beg. and begged the queen for mercy. In the quest of begging the king, she grabbed onto her, and it looked as if it was like he was attacking her, sort of. Then the king walked in, and king was like, "What's happening? So in my presence, you want to attack my queen?" The king wouldn't listen to Haman and had him to be taken away. The Bible said that the king ordered that Haman be hanged. And that same gallows that Haman had planned, that the following day he was going to hang Mordecai on it, that was the same gallows that hanged Haman. Brothers and sisters, I want to let you know that the God that you serve is 10 steps ahead of your foes. He is not going to allow your foes to overshadow you. The Bible said that thing that they had planned for evil, God had turned it around for good. Haman had planned to hang Mordecai's head. Mordecai didn't know about this plan to even go into fasting and prayer about it. But God, who sees in the secret, saw the mind of Haman and delivered Mordecai from his hands. It is the same God that we have today. He is going about delivering us. He is there in our corner. He is the one that is speaking for us in the midst of all the trouble. Have no fear. Remember, he tells us, never be afraid. Do not be afraid of what man can do to you. God is in your corner. God is the one that is turning everything for your good. What they meant for evil, God will turn it for good. What they plan that it will be their portion, God will turn it around and give it to you. Hallelujah.